what's your unpopular opinion about motherhood?
My unpopular opinion this week is being a good mom sometimes means choosing yourself. Yeah.
Have you been choosing yourself?
Well, my baby is still young in my defense.
It's the politics of motherhood.
Welcome to the Politics of Motherhood.
Because everyone has an opinion about motherhood.
I'm Lynette.
And I'm Washuka.
And Washuka. So nice to see you today.
Nice to see you too, Lynette.
Oh, what's your big win this week?
Big win. Last night, my youngest son, who is 9 weeks now,
Yes.
slept from 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. this morning.
8 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Yes.
That isn't that the
solid
dream?
Sleep.
The dream of motherhood.
Absolutely.
Or new motherhood.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Yeah. So
It was amazing.
what did you do with all your time from
So
8 p.m.?
You'd think I'd sleep early, but I actually slept at 1 a.m. Watching Love is Blind.
And they say sleep when the baby sleeps.
I know. No. Yes, I slept quite late, but it was good sleep because at least it was continuous sleep. I didn't have
great.
to wake up every 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, and
yes.
today we have a little guest with us.
Yeah, we have a cute little guest in studio, and we are so happy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
And what's your big win?
Oh, my big win is my firstborn daughter, who is 5, graduated from kindergarten.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my days. Congratulations.
Thank you. I was one of those parents who always asked why kids graduate at 5 years old.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going? Why do you have a gown? Why do you have a hat? Why is there a whole celebration? But now I am you can say ABC, well done, I'll buy you something nice.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it was really cool. And, we're preparing for the holidays and it's just amazing.
It's
to
a long
see.
holiday, right? Until January.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All the
But it's
best.
really amazing to see like kids' milestones and,
For sure.
them growing
For
and
sure.
doing amazing
It's a
things.
blessing, man. It's
Exactly.
such a blessing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Washuka,
Tell me.
last time we were here,
Yeah.
both of us were pregnant.
Yes.
And today we are meeting a cute little person. And congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a mom of 2.
I am.
How does that feel?
It feels amazing. It was very hectic in the beginning, but gotten the hang of it.
I can
I'm
imagine.
enjoying it now.
Yeah.
Because I'm now having a view of the toddler stage and the newborn stage. So it's amazing.
Oh.
And I feel like I can't choose which stage I like more. Because I like them both.
Actually, because you're kind of in both stages
Yeah, I
at the
am in
same
both
time.
stages. Yeah.
And this reminds me that last time we were recording, you had one hope and prayer, which was to have a VBAC. And did the universe come through?
Oh, absolutely. I got my VBAC. So for anyone who doesn't know what a
amazing.
VBAC is, it's a vaginal birth after cesarean.
Educators.
Yes.
So how did it go?
Oh, it was a most amazing birth I've ever experienced. It was so healing. It was such a redemptive birth for me. Honestly, it was awesome. It was awesome. Let me just share the story of how it went down.
Go for it. Maybe you should start with story, come.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I'll try to be very descriptive as possible.
Yes.
Because I don't have pictures
And
or
I'll
videos.
ask many questions.
Please do.
I will.
Please do.
Yes.
Please go ahead and ask the questions. Anyway, so this journey of this little boy coming started on the 13th of August. So I started losing bits of my mucus plug. And I was like, woohoo, wow, things are moving.
You knew that it's coming.
Things are moving. Yeah. And I remember that whole week telling my husband and my midwife, like, I feel this baby is coming soon. I don't think this week will end without the baby being here. So when the mucus plug came, I was like, things are starting. So
Were you at any point scared that it would not come and you would potentially go in for a C-section?
It was a possibility that I did not give thought. I did not have room in my head.
Okay.
There was no room for a C-section in my head, for sure. So, 13 sent a picture to my midwife, and she's like, okay, things are moving, but this could take anything from 1 day to 2 weeks. In my head, I'm like, this can't be 2 weeks, please. So I was like, okay, fine, let's just wait it out and see how it goes. So I just went about with my days, and then on Saturday, that's the 16th of August, which happens to be my sister's birthday. That evening, when I'm going to bed at around 11:30, I start feeling cramps, like pain. I'm like, oof, okay, what is that? Then I had 2 of such contractions within a span of 10 minutes. I'm like, hey, this is strange. So I called my husband because I thought perhaps my pelvis is just uncomfortable for some reason. So I asked him to come over and to put a pillow in between my legs because I could not bother to do it myself.
The best.
I am already carrying a whole human being. Let him help. So he put a pillow in between my legs, and then he's like, okay, bye. I've gone back to the sitting room to wash his things. And then a few minutes later, I get 3 more contractions, and I hear a pop sound.
Oh,
but I don't think anything of it. But I'm like, now things are feeling very strange. So I'm like, okay, let me just stand up and see what happens. I stood up, and guess what, Lynette? My waters had broken. So it just came out gushing on the floor. Yeah.
Can you imagine I'm wowing about your water breaking?
So at this point I knew, baby is coming as soon as tomorrow because it's 11:30, right? So I called my husband. I'm like, yo, the water has broken. Time to start moving. Yeah. So I also called my midwife. I had a private midwife.
Yes. You mentioned that in the last episode. Yes. One of your recommendations was for folks to have a midwife
and
or a doula.
And it will still be my recommendation today.
Yes.
So, So I called my midwife and I told her, so my water has broken. Prior to this, we had a discussion with her and we came up with a plan. So if my water was to break early, we gave ourselves at least 18 hours to go to hospital. If the baby is not here within those 18 hours, we're going to hospital. So we were like, okay, fine, the clock starts ticking now. That's fine. So she told us, just time your contractions for the next 1 hour. Then let me know, give me the graph. Let me see how it's progressing, and then I'll decide if it's time for me to come.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, cool. So we continue. So I changed because now my nighties are messed up. I changed into my dera.
And at this point, are you in any pain?
I am in pain, because I'm still having contractions.
Okay, yeah.
But they're still a bit spaced out. So I change into my dera and then I go to the sitting room. Mind you, all this whole time I've been telling my husband to pack his bag because we need to go with him to hospital, right? But he did not pack it. So when my water breaks is when he's looking for his suitcase and packing up his clothes.
Maybe if he was part of our last episode, he would have trailed at the bottom for who's got their bag packed.
Oh, absolutely. So he starts running around, packing his things, packing his bags. So I just went to the sitting room. I put on a movie. I sat on my bath ball, and I was just doing my breath work. I'm there with my app for tracking contractions, watching the movie, breathing. I almost finished the air in that sitting room. And then after 30 minutes, I felt like the contractions were quite close. So I called my midwife and I told her, please come now. Just come now. So she came at around 1 a.m. She came home. So when she came home, she asked me to take a shower. I went to the shower. The contractions were so manageable in the shower. Like, it's amazing how water just helps with pain.
Yes.
It was so relaxing because I had several contractions.
And at this time,
there.
how far apart are they? Because you start tracking at like 10 minutes, then they come to like 5 and then 3.
I would say it was about 7 minutes.
Okay.
Every 7 minutes, I'm having a contraction. We do our bath. And then what she said is, whenever you're bathing, when you're having your labor, don't go into the bathroom by yourself. So of course I went to the shower with my husband. He's there trying to wash my feet and stuff. yeah, so anyway, I did my shower, dressed up, went back to the sitting room, and she then told my husband to go take a nap, which he did. And then I labored with her. So we kept like changing positions, walking up and down the stairs, doing lunges. Another pain management technique we used is using a wooden comb. So I would put a comb at the base of my fingers and squeeze it with each contraction. So what it does is diverts your pain receptors to that particular pain instead of your contractions.
Oh.
Yeah. So it absolutely works. And also one of the things she was doing were hip squeezes, which were also amazing. Oh my goodness. Honestly, having a midwife in your labor is such a hack because it makes the labor pain so much more bearable.
Yeah.
So yeah, we continued laboring, and then at around 3 a.m., I started feeling really hungry and really tired. So I'm like, I feel like I need to eat.
I have a question, because I'm sure someone will ask.
Yeah.
How far away from the hospital do you live?
It's about 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's 20 minutes on a clear road.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at 1 a.m., it's going to be a clear road.
Yeah, exactly. So I started feeling hungry. So she's like, okay, so what do you want to eat? I'm like, well, at this time, I can only have an egg. I don't want something very heavy on my tummy. So we called my hubby. He came and made an egg for me and put it there. So I'm eating, but I can't keep anything down. I keep puking. I keep puking it out. So at this point, I tell my midwife, just check me where I am, how far along I am. Because at least when you have a midwife, they can check.
They can actually check.
They can check your cervix to see how dilated you are. So she tells me, you are 3 centimeters. You could be a 4. I wanted to die. I'm like, oh boy, no. It can't be.
It feels like 12.
Yeah, it can't be, honestly. What do you mean? 3 centimeters. And the way I'm in so much pain. Like, don't worry. These things, just give it time. Just don't worry. Just relax. I was like, fine. Okay, fine. Ashuka, focus. Let's do this. So we decided to change our tactic. So we said now, reducing the movement. So I slept. I remember lying on the couch. She put a peanut ball in between my legs. It also helps open up your cervix as you're on a laying position. So you're resting. And then we switched it up again. Now this time we sat down. I was starting to feel really fatigued, and I looked at her and I was like, "Oh boy, I can't do this."
Because it's also night, so your body is like, I should be asleep.
I should be sleeping. And remember, I'm supposed to sleep. I should have slept at 10, but no, I decided to sleep at 11:30.
Because so love is blind.
You know. At this point, I'm like, hey, I can't do this. I really can't do this. Imagine CS is also an option. Can you imagine? I started contemplating about a CS at that point in time. I'm like, imagine it's an option. It's okay. She's like, Washuka, you're doing it. You can do it. Don't give up now. You can do it. So just keep breathing. Just calm down. It will be fine. I'm like, fine. Okay. So then we sat down in my 3-seater couch. I'm in the middle. My midwife is on one side and my husband is on the other side. So what was interesting about contractions this time around is before they came, I would start shivering. I would have intense shivers.
When your water has broken, that's what happens.
Is it?
Yes.
So I'd have intense shivers. And that's how one boy would know that I'm having a contraction. A contraction is on the way. So, and I would really feel cold. So their work was to hold me and to cover me with a blanket and throw it out when the contraction comes because I
then you become
hot.
very hot. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I kept, it was that whole scenario, shivering, contraction, then it goes away. And then I was listening to affirmations at this point in time. Affirmations are such a hack as well. So I was even starting to sleep. I was starting to doze off between contractions. At this point, they're like, 5 minutes apart? So So we just sat there. They're both holding my hands. It was such a sweet moment because now I'm laying on either of them to see which one is comfortable. I'm just breathing and, going through the whole motion of things. And then what we decided is, at some point, my midwife says, Mashuka, I think we need to start going to the hospital. I'm like, we are not going to the hospital yet. Because I didn't want to go to the hospital early. Yeah, I think we talked about it in the first episode, how your body is put on a clock when you're in the hospital, and then you have interventions, and that's the end of your vaginal birth, most likely. So I was like, I'm not going to the hospital yet. But she said, okay, fine. We can stay on, but let's make sure we leave the house by 6 before your toddler wakes up. Yeah. Because when he wakes up, it will slow down your progress. I'm like, okay, that's a plan I could back on. It's like, fine, sour. So continued laboring, going through the motions. Then at around 5:45, we're like, okay, now let's just start preparing to go to hospital. She goes to get her car to bring it closer to our apartment door. And then now I went to the bathroom with my hubby to change my diaper and wear a new dera so that you can go to hospital. So we get to the bathroom and I have some contractions actually in the bathroom. The toilet is actually a dilation station. It helps you open up quicker. Okay. Yeah. Another hack. So when I get to the toilet, I noticed there's a blood issue. So I was like, okay, I tell my husband, this is what Wambui was waiting for all this time. So it means that there's progress. Thank God. Okay. So Wambui comes back. I show her the diaper. I'm like, look, there's a blood issue. She's like, this is perfect, Washuka. Now let's go to the hospital. We change the diaper. We change up. Then I remember I threw up again in the bathroom. I threw up.
Throwing up? That's
I throw up quite a bit when I'm in labor. Even the first labor, I was just throwing up.
I listened to someone who said, it was actually a midwife, who said that's one of the ways they know as you're entering active labor. Yeah. So like how you're throwing up, if you throw up once, if you throw up twice, it kind of tells them where you are in that process.
Yeah, it's transition. Yeah. Okay. So as now my midwife is helping me wear my diaper, I hold her on her shoulders. I'm like, Wambui, I have to give birth now. I'm like, we need to give birth now.
Washuka?
Yeah. I'm like, can you change this to a home birth? I don't think I can make it to hospital.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She's like, no, we have to go to hospital. The plan was not to do a home birth. We have to go to hospital. I'm like, boy, I can't walk. Because now I'm feeling like my pelvic is on fire. Yes. So she's like, no, we have to go. I'll help you walk. So I'm like, fine, I trust you. So we walk down the stairs. And then I had told her before that I'll go with her car. Because in my head, my plan was, if this is going to be a roadside baby, I might as well have a professional in the car.
Yeah.
And I also assumed that her car would be higher than ours, so it would be a more comfortable ride to hospital, as opposed to our low car, which is not going to be comfortable at all. So we went into her car and we started our journey to the hospital, and it was the most painful, most distressful journey, because now the baby is fully engaged in my pelvic. So even I couldn't sit properly. I was just hanging. I was supporting myself with my legs and my hands just hanging in the air because I can't sit on my pelvic.
Because of that pressure.
Because of that pressure. Yeah. So we go, we drive, then we get to Runda. And I tell my midwife, I need to poop. I want to poop.
Oh my goodness. Do you remember me asking how far away you lived from the hospital? Because I could see this baby coming.
Yeah. It's like, I'm like, I need to go to the toilet, man. I need to go. It's like, no, that is not poop. That is your baby. That is your baby. Don't just hold it. Just hold it. You're almost there. Luckily, we're like 3 minutes away from hospital.
Oh my goodness.
So we just get in. We ask for the wheelchair. We park the car. They bring the wheelchair. So even on the wheelchair, I can't also sit.
No.
I'm just suspended in the air. I'm wheeled up to the maternity ward. Then I'm taken to the labor room. They don't take me to the delivery room because they don't think I'm that far along.
And that's the thing about like the maternity crew in hospitals that I don't understand, which is they just never believe you.
Yeah, they don't.
There's a thing about like you would say, and just to interject there, like I have come to know, and please mothers, use this very sparingly. When you are in labor and you do have that urge to poop, your code word should be, I feel like pooping. Don't say any other word.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they understand. If you say, I'm feeling pain, the nurse will be like, yeah, okay, you know.
It's normal.
Yeah. But if you say you need to poop, all the machinery will be around you.
Yep.
So I'm scared for you at this point.
So I get into the labor room, and they're like, okay, madam, remove your clothes. So I remove them, and then they discover, oh, you don't have a panty on, you have a diaper on. Perfect. So they cut it up. They're like, okay, get into the bed. So the bed was completely flat. So I asked them to
that's uncomfortable.
lift the back a bit so that I can be on a seated position, which they gladly did. I was so happy about that. So they put it up, and then I got onto the bed. It's like, okay, now we need to check your cervix. And I'm like, fine. I open my legs, they check. They're like, oh my gosh.
The head is
here. The baby is here. Prepare the room for delivery. So I just see women running around, bringing things, surgical things, trying to put the catheter on me. It just happened so quickly. They're trying to reach my doctor. My doctor is not picking up. Yes.
And there's also something about doctors not picking up at that moment.
He doesn't pick up. So we're just like, okay, fine. In my head, I'm just like, this is going to be fine. So they tell me, push at each contraction. Fine. So part of my birth plan was to either deliver on my fours or side lying. So I tried to get on my fours, but I was looking at that bed. I'm like, ain't no way I'm lifting my legs to get on my fours because I'm already in so much pressure. Yeah. So I was like, okay, the next best thing is to go side lying, which I did. But then my contractions kind of started slowing down. So they were like, Washuka, just go on your back. I know you don't want to deliver on your back, but just go on your back. Just trust me. So I was like, fine. So I went on my back, and actually, true to it, now the contractions started becoming powerful.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know about, and I don't know if this is what women experience, I don't know if that's what you experienced, a contraction at this point in time for me was pelvic pressure. It wasn't the way I was feeling it in my tummy, in my abdomen when I was laboring all this other time. Yeah. It was in my pelvic.
It is, because at that time, like when you start feeling like you want to poop, the pressure and the pain have gone because the baby has descended. And now the baby is engaged in the pelvis. Yeah. So that is where you will feel it. So it moves away from being like a contraction. Yeah. So it's concentrated, and that's where you start hearing about things like the ring of fire and stuff. Because now the baby is fully engaged. It's like the body doesn't recognize any other part of the baby except for the head. Okay. And
I get it. So I didn't know that was the case. So I actually had several contractions. But me in my head, I'm like, that's just pelvic pressure. Yeah. And then they're like, madam, because now at some point things just stopped. Like, madam, you're not feeling any pressure? I'm like, any pain. I'm like, no. I'm just feeling pressure. I'm like, they're like, that is the contraction. I'm like, oh, why didn't you tell me? Then I'm like, okay, then several have passed. Then let's wait for the next one. Yeah. So they kept on coming. At some point, now when the things had stalled, they were very worried. They were like, madam, you need to push because this baby is here. Yeah. And then I remember
they shouldn't be engaged in the birth canal
for too long.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around, I'm seeing the midwives are generally like worried.
Yeah.
So, but I started even giving them a pep talk. I'm like, guys, don't worry. This baby is here. Like, kwa nini mnashtuka? Why are you scared? Why are you looking so worried? I'm going to deliver. Just relax. Baby's going to come. Just relax, guys. Just, keep your cool. So they're like, okay, fine. No one told me what the risks were. Oh, that's because anyway, to what end does it help? So anyway, I continued pushing with each contraction. Then one big one came. The head came out. The next thing I'm seeing is my baby flying out. And he's at the bottom of the bed. So I had the ejaculation reflex. So he just came out.
Yeah, just all at once.
Yeah, all at once. So when I saw that, I was elated, Lynette. I was so happy. The first words that came to my mouth were, I did it.
Oh,
I'm like,
congratulations.
guys, I did it. I did it, guys. So all this time, my husband came at some point. So he was also there, like, helping me, cheering me on. And he actually was seeing everything. He's like, I can see the head. I'm like, stay up here. It's like, no, I want to see.
Sometimes you need someone or think will not lie to you, because sometimes the nurses will be like, the head is here.
Yeah.
They're like, you're just saying that so that I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I can see the head.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Okay, you're doing so great, babe. Go on. I'm like, okay. Poof, baby comes out.
Oh, that is so cool.
So they cut the umbilical cord. Then I asked, you remember that golden hour we discussed? Mm-hmm. Well, it was more of golden seconds. So they brought my baby to my chest. I said hi to him. I kissed him. All this time I'm just thanking God. I'm just like, guys, I did it. And then the ped was like, okay, can I now take the baby?
Like,
and
no, that's my baby.
Check him. I'm like, okay, fine, take him. So took the baby, and then now they're now working on me. So I thought they would just wait for my placenta to be delivered. That's how it happens normally.
Oh, so when they removed the baby, the placenta hadn't been delivered?
No. Okay. It comes out later.
Yeah.
So if you have a home birth, they don't interfere with the process. So they just let the placenta come out just like the way the baby came out. Yeah. Pretty much with the contractions of the body. But now in hospital, they give you injections to hasten that process. So they just injected me some thing. I don't know what it was.
Because I know the one that they inject you right, but that for me happened after the placenta, because when the baby came, then they give it and sometimes they can clip the baby, of course, or the cord, and then while the baby was still attached, then the placenta came out, and that is when they give the injection, because the injection is supposed to minimize your bleeding.
Oh, that was probably oxytocin they're injecting you with at that point in time.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So there's usually a special, and I read about it, but I've forgotten what it is. They inject you in hospital so that it hastens your placenta coming out, so the placenta detaches.
Oh, it could be that, because oxytocin does help with the contractions to do that, and sometimes they even push on your
uterus,
on your uterus, on your tummy,
yeah.
To hasten that process of the detaching. Yeah.
So they did what they did, and then I'm looking at the nurse. I'm like, so we're waiting for it to come out. She's like, no, I'm going to remove it for you. I'm like, what? Seriously? So she, because it's still a part of the umbilical cord coming, dangling.
Yeah.
So she just wiggles it, and then the placenta comes out. I'm like, oh. Okay, that was easy. That was easy. I'm like, okay, cool.
For all my births, they allowed me to, the contractions, to actually push it out, and it just came out. Yeah, but that's, because I have seen sometimes, if it doesn't, again, being in hospital, unfortunately you're on the clock, that someone goes in and actually scrapes it out, and
so
the
placenta comes out. I'm like, okay, we're done. And then she's like, oh, no. We need to go in and make sure the entire placenta is out. I'm like, sorry, what? You're going where?
To do what?
To do what? I'm like, yeah, it won't be long. It just be uncomfortable. But yeah, we have to do this. I'm like, oh no. So she gets her gloves. Okay, all the time, of course, she has gloves. She goes in and starts cleaning up. I'm like, this is so freaking uncomfortable. Get out of my body now.
Yeah.
Anyway, at least it didn't take long. So it came out. Now, the other issue we dealt with that was also happening, maybe these things are happening all at the same time, but I don't know. I was elated. I was in my own world.
Yeah.
I had a dopamine hit. Hey, it was out of this world. So the other thing that you're also dealing with is blood. I was having a lot of blood loss. So they're trying to check what it is. They're saying, okay, of course it's a tear. So I'm like, oh, so you're going to numb me before you stitch me up? Like, yeah, of course, we are women. We're gonna stitch you up. We're gonna numb you. I'm like, okay. But then now this blood loss is a lot. It's hemorrhage. So they start saying, we are having a case of postpartum hemorrhage now. Oh. I'm like, oh, me, I didn't. Let me tell you, Lynette, it did not hit me. It did not hit me. All this time, I'm just talking to my baby. I'm like, Auntie, we're having what?
Like
PPH? What is PPH? Hemorrhage. It will be fine. It's okay. It will be fine.
I'm
do.
good.
You just sort me out. Like, okay, now we need to call the doctor on call. And because I was delivered by a house full of midwives, no doctor came. So they called the doctor on call. He came, and then I asked the pediatrician, since she's done with her work, I'm like, can I have my baby now? And yeah. So I was chilling with my baby as they're trying to figure out why I'm bleeding so much. And then all this time they're also injecting me with oxytocin and some medicines just to stop the hemorrhage, but it's not stopping. I'm losing so much blood. So the doctor comes, is like, Washuka, Apa, it seems that I think you've torn your cervix. I'm like, oh, torn my what? It can tear. My cervix can tear.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
He's like, yeah, your cervix has torn because this blood loss is a lot, and also your vagina, so we need to take you to theater. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. See, you don't have to cut me up like a CS. He's like, yeah, I will just stitch you up from the bottom. I'm like, it's okay. Let's go to theater. Bring me the papers I signed. So and then I started having now the shivers again.
Oh yeah, those shivers are crazy.
Intense shivers.
Yes.
Because the hormonal drop, and then I'm also losing a lot of blood.
And I'm sure now you're feeling cold.
Yes, I'm feeling so cold. So now I asked the peds to take the baby away, and then I asked them to cover me with a blanket because I was really feeling cold. So to stop the bleeding, the ped put an ice pack inside. A freaking ice pack. It was more painful than giving birth to my son. Because you have to put pressure on the wound, right?
There's something about labor where as soon as when your water breaks, it kind of eases out. And then when the baby comes, it's also just stops. Like immediately the baby is out, stops. But then all these other things, you will remember that thing because the body is like, our contract here is finished.
Yeah.
And, so I can imagine
Yeah.
Okay.
So they covered me, they put the ice pack, and they started telling me they gave me the forms to sign. Also the doctor was reading out the stuff. I'm like, okay. Just give me a sign. So I signed, and then we said we're going now to the theater. Then at the theater they're like, oh, so this is a VBAC, ma'am. Like, what? A VBAC?
Oh yeah.
It's a VBAC. And then I'm looking at the operating room attendant. I'm like, yeah, it's possible. You didn't think it was, right? So I'm like, I did it.
Yes,
I did it. So yes, they give all the details. There's a case of postpartum hemorrhage, and the doctor is coming to stitch her up, blah blah blah. So like, okay. So she takes me to the OR, and then he puts me next to the operating table, and he's like, now I need you to move. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
Move Where?
Move where? All you two men, I'm sure you can pull me up onto that table. Do it. There's no way I am moving. So they moved me into the OR, and then from there I blacked out, of course. They did the procedure, and the next time I'm alive is at
Also, they gave you the
recovery
general
room.
anesthesia.
Yeah, they couldn't give me a localized one. So give me a general anesthesia. They did their thing. The next time I'm alive is in the recovery room. And guess what? That's when my doctor showed up.
Go home.
Yeah.
Go back home. You are not to invoice me for anything.
Oh no, what do you mean?
You still had to pay
I had to pay doctor's fees.
for the full service?
What's the name? For the doctor on call who showed up.
Oh, yeah,
Remember,
yeah. For
he
the
didn't
doctor
catch
on
the
call.
baby. He didn't do nothing. Like, he just came to assess for literally 5 seconds.
That is.
And I had to pay a full doctor's fee
that.
for him showing up. And even like when
Doctors
you were
need to do a little better though.
when you were disputing that fee, we were like, okay, then at least give
A
us the
discount.
midwife fee.
Yeah.
Because the
yeah.
midwives are the ones who actually deliver the baby. He's like, for as long as I showed up in that room, I need to be paid. I was like, whoa, ho, ho. All right, sir. Okay, sir. So we had a full payment. So my doctor showed up when I'm doing my recovery, and he's like, oh, I was asleep. I'm like, guy, imagine I didn't need to know that.
Good for you.
Good for you.
What did you dream about?
I was like, and then I'm like, see, Doctor, I did it. I thought couldn't do it, but I did it. Yeah, here's a baby. And he's like, oh, but you see, this, when you this birth, there's still some negative, not because I had to go to theater for the stitching. I'm like,
Stop it.
it's a win. It's a win, dude. It's a win. Come on.
There's no guarantee that it would be 100%, but to a relatively good percentage, we have the baby. It was a VBAC.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. It could have been a tear. So
Exactly. So I told him, you know what, Doctor, for me, this is a win. I did not have to get cut again. I
can't
gave
even
birth.
believe that he tried to dispute that.
Yeah, I gave birth vaginally. For me, this is a win.
Yeah.
Like, okay, congratulations, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. Go away. And that's just how I gave birth to my baby.
Whoa.
That was my VBAC story.
That is so amazing.
Thank you.
That is so
Thank
amazing.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank
and
you
the
so
baby
much.
is here.
Yes, the baby is here. I look at his head, I'm like, whoa, I pushed that out of me. Insane.
Yeah, it's always insane. And I think for me it always just goes back to how much women do for humanity, and how little we think about it or we talk about it. I think in one of the previous episodes, I just said women need to be like, there should be statues of women everywhere you walk, just to remind you that women do amazing things, and you did a really amazing thing. Congratulations.
Thank
to
you.
Is there anything, except for the doctor, that you you would change about your experience?
I wish honestly, I feel like the reason why I teared so much was because of the coached pushing. I wish they let my body just do its thing.
Yeah.
But I guess, anyway, I don't know. Yeah.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. What else did I have done differently? I wish I didn't have the tears, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking, like, I could have just walked out of the hospital just
How long did you
scot-free,
stay in
like
hospital afterwards?
Oh, just a night.
Okay.
And the next day I was out.
Like, I'm
Monday
done.
evening I was out.
Adios.
I was out. I wish I didn't have that. But anyway, it's not anything I could have controlled at the same time, because it was my first time doing a vaginal birth. And so my vagina has never stretched that much.
Yeah.
And the fact that the baby just came out so quick.
And that was such a quick, progression,
Yeah.
really. sometimes you hear that people are in labor for 36 hours, 48 hours and stuff. And, you know,
It was a relatively quick bath, honestly,
Yeah.
in my books.
It is.
It was a quick bath.
Yeah. No, well done.
Thank you,
Well
man.
done.
Thank you.
Have your auntie started asking, so unaongeza kingine lini?
Of course. They're like, oh, I hope hatusimami hapo. I'm like, guy.
What? What? Okay.
Yeah. The baby is not even growing.
I know. Like,
But I actually don't mind it now because I'm like, because I'm not planning to stop yet. I still have, I want to have a bit more kids. So I'm just like, don't worry, there'll be more when the right time.
Yeah.
So I'm not fighting it at all. But it was, as much as I had the bleeding, I had the stitching up, recovery was a bit tough. For me, that was such an amazing bath. It was such an amazing bath.
How was recovery? If we could just touch on that part.
It was
just after.
It was tough.
Okay.
It was tough because, whenever there's just something wrong with your vagina, it's just uncomfortable, honestly. It's just uncomfortable.
And especially like that's placed on where you need to sit.
Exactly.
On like just in between your movement and friction and everything.
And of course we have thighs, right? So there's also that situation going on.
The politics of womanhood.
Yeah. So that was tough. That was tough.
Yeah.
And then you're in a season of you're always sitting down because you're breastfeeding. Yeah. And anyway, you can't even move much.
Yeah.
Right. So from that angle, it was tough. The stitches.
The ghetto.
Oh my God, it was the ghetto. I'm like, this needs to end. Like I thought it wouldn't end.
Yeah.
I used to text my midwife. I'm like, when is this actually going to end? Because I needed to stop.
Did you do like the salt baths and?
So what I was advised, the early stages, not to use a salt bath because nowadays they use soluble stitches, and if you do the sitz bath with salt, the salt corrodes the stitches and it delays healing. So you find like a stitch has like come off and then now of course that's a wound that's left out. So I just use plain water, a peri bottle every time I'm going to the bathroom just to clean up with warm water. But towards the end I had to use salty water.
That is such an interesting tip, actually.
Yeah.
Because the thing you're told is after that, find some salt and a basin
kalia
and whatever. Kalia maji, and that sometimes maybe you need to mention it for someone to be like, oh no, don't do that because of the kinds of stitches that I use and stuff or thread. Or, that is.
I was so
interesting.
scared of just looking at myself down there. I'm like, what's going on? Have I been butchered? Does it look that butchered? So I was just tell my husband, just check.
Is
it okay?
Yeah.
Am I still fine? Nah, don't worry, you're good.
You're good.
Yeah. So it was good.
If you look at and interestingly, you've had both experiences, a C-section and a vaginal birth. Not necessarily what would you recommend, but how would you rate the two, especially in terms of the experience? And of course, your C-section wasn't elective, but the experience in terms of recovery, is it easier to recover when you have a C-section? Is it easier with the vaginal birth? But also different, bodies are different.
I would take that vaginal birth pain any day.
Okay.
Even the whole healing, the whole stitching up, the whole recovery, I would take it any day as compared to CS.
Okay.
CS is tough.
It
is painful. It takes quite a bit of time for the scar to heal.
Yeah.
You still feel it. I have never experienced this, but I know women who, when it becomes cold, they start feeling the pain in the C-section.
Interesting.
Incision. I've nenever experienced it. I've always been fine. Thank
what
God.
I know is some scars develop keloids.
So you have to do the massages and
and then I know someone who after a C-section got pregnant kind of quickly. Not very immediately after, but did not heal properly. So they had to have the baby at 7 months because the scar started opening up.
And that's the thing, it's good that you brought that up because the risk that they mention about for VBAC is a uterine rupture. But a uterine rupture can actually happen anytime. You can have it when you've never had a CS. You can have it when you've had a CS.
So it's
Like, it's just it's a risk all through and through.
that is just so crazy.
But they tell you once a CS, always a CS.
that's yes, and look
mom
at
have
you.
chewed that up.
Yeah, and look at you. And I think for
Yeah.
me, sometimes there's and I know and I know that of course hospitals and doctors and nurses, are trying to be as safe as possible because then we need to make sure that you get your baby and you're healthy and you're okay. But then there's also then everyone resigned to let's not try anything else. Let's not, do any educating around like VBACs and around, other alternatives. So, and is there something that you would, if there is a mom out there who's had a CS and they're potentially possibly pregnant now or are considering pregnancy and they're thinking, gosh, maybe I need to consider a VBAC. Is there any advice you would have for them?
Absolutely. First of all, know your facts. There's a lot of the studies definitely are not Kenyan. I don't think there's been any Kenyan studies that have been done. I didn't come across any.
So unfortunate.
Yeah.
So unfortunate that we don't have local research to back like our local experiences.
But there's research done in the US. And when you look at the numbers, if you've had one cesarean section, the chances or the risks of you having a uterine rupture is 0.9%. So there's a 99.9999 chance that you can safely have a vaginal birth. And when you think about it, if maybe in cardiology they find a surgery that it can be 75% successful,
Chances,
they'll take it. Even you yourself, you'll do it.
51%.
Yeah,
You'll do it.
It's more than 50.
Yeah.
For VBAC, it is more than 80. So you can actually do it. Yeah. But, I don't want to get into the whole system of medicine, but I feel maternal health has really been commercialized.
It is.
And we've taken away the natural progression of labor and delivery.
Yeah.
Because you want to make more money. Hospitals want to make more money.
Yeah.
Because vaginal birth is very cheap. For me, it became expensive because I went to theater
Afterwards,
Yeah, but otherwise it was going to be very, very affordable. So know your numbers. And also for every woman that tries a VBAC, 80 to 90% of them are successful. So the numbers are on your side. Yeah. The numbers on your side, but then there's a lot of fear mongering that comes from the practitioners. For sure they want the best for you, right? Because a uterine rupture, if it was to happen, it's fatal. But there are signs. Before it gets fatal, there are signs, right?
Yeah. And if you are within a hospital environment, you've been tracking and monitoring things properly. Because also I probably would like to say that it's safer to try for a VBAC, in a hospital where things can also be monitored and everything. But also, unfortunately, I guess when people hear that you're a VBAC, it's like, oh, okay, what do we do with
high
you?
alert.
Risky patients.
And that the reason why I decided to labor at home is because it is an environment that I'm familiar with. So I knew I would progress faster. I could dim down the lights. Literally, when I was laboring, my lights were off. I was just in a dark room. And that is good for your hormones, right? So, and I knew in a hospital, gosh, it's gonna be so bright. It's gonna be, things are beeping. They put you on a monitor. You just have to lie down the entire time. So that's why I chose just to labor at home with a midwife who can also monitor the baby's heart rate. So know your numbers. That would be my first advice. The second advice is listen to stories, VBAC stories. There is actually a podcast dedicated to VBACs. Literally. It's called the VBAC Link podcast. Listen to those stories and you'll realize that even the scenarios that doctors say are riskier, there are women who've actually given birth in those risky situations. For instance, births being close in between, or they've had a special scar. So normally a CS scar is horizontal. The others, for some reason, they have a vertical one or a T section for one reason or another. So that usually increases the risk of a uterine rupture. But there are women who've actually delivered vaginally with such scars. So when you listen to such stories, and you just flood your mind with positive things, it goes a long way. Because my midwife even tells me, Mashuka, for you, this VBAC was successful because it was the only, like, it was your mentality throughout. Like, there was no other option for you. It was either VBAC or VBAC.
Yeah.
No CS. And then you're very resilient, you know. So, keep your mind, feed your mind with positive stuff. Surround yourself with people who actually support you in that journey, because not everyone will understand why you want to do a VBAC. Like, siuzae tuna CS, like, why are you complicating things?
Yeah, you're trying to be a difficult patient.
Why? So surround yourself with people who believe in you. Get yourself a doctor who is pro VBAC. Literally, interview your doctor. I dare you to interview your doctor.
What are your numbers, doctor? Show me
what
how
are your
many
numbers?
of this
Yeah.
have you seen of these
Yes,
cases?
have you
seen?
done?
Yeah.
Not even
yeah.
seen, have you done
Have you done?
yourself?
Yeah.
What are their specific VBAC rates?
And I think in one of the previous episodes I mentioned, for instance, when you're dealing with, especially with a private doctor, you can see what the inclination is. There's some who are just pro CS, like, because you will see everything they talk about. If they're on social media, all their posts are about maybe like theater, and there's never like hanging out with the midwives as we wait for this mother to labor, and some of those as part of the selection process are things to think about. And you're absolutely right. Like, there are doctors who are specialized in high risk type cases, and like a VBAC process, I guess, needs to be closely monitored and stuff. So you need to get a doctor who's pro that.
Yeah. So my journey of trying to get a provider that's supportive was actually really tough. You'll find, once you get on this journey, you'll find very few, literally probably like 2 doctors in the whole country will support you for a VBAC. My personal experience was, so I settled on my doctor because initially he told me we can try for a VBAC. He's the one who delivered my first son. So he's like, he knows what happened. So he was like, yeah, for sure for you can do a VBAC. And then towards the end of my pregnancy, at 36 weeks when I'm going for the appointment, he started saying, oh, so we're doing another CS. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, I settled on you because at the word go, I talked to you and we agreed this was the way forward. So for him to now backtrack and start talking about CS, I was like,
I don't know how much say I have in this, but we are firing this doctor.
I was so upset. So he's like, okay, fine, you're doing a VBAC. Okay, fine. Then he
it's like now he needed to be convinced.
Yeah. So he started removing research from Royal College, and he really focused a lot on the risks. And not even the benefit, and not giving an equal chance to VBAC, because both a repeat CS and a VBAC both have benefits and risks. Yeah, and even
vaginal births have risks as well.
Yeah, they do. And also, like, from the American studies, a VBAC is actually considered safe. It's actually considered a safe procedure. So he really focused so much on the risks of a VBAC, and I just sat there and listened to him. At this point, I was just like, okay, fine. Let me just listen. Let me just use my 4,000 well. So I sat down and listened to him. So he tells me his do's and don'ts of the VBAC. Number 1, baby can't be above 3.5 kilos. Number 2, you can't go beyond 42 weeks. Number 3, we cannot induce at any point in time at all. So at this point, I'm asking him, okay, fine, I get an induction will increase the risk, but there are other ways that you can induce labor. You can use a Foley ball. You can just put a balloon inside the vagina and slowly the cervix opens up. That is more natural as compared to doing Pitocin.
Yeah.
He's like, no, absolutely no induction. If you go beyond 42 weeks, straight to CS. I was like, hey, this guy.
How many weeks were you on at this time?
36 weeks.
No, when you had the baby?
Oh, when I had the baby was 39.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just sat there and I'm like, okay, fine. And then he tells me, when your labor starts, you need to come to hospital and we'll need to monitor you so you won't even move. I was like, hey, Mr. Daktari, this is too much. So I told him, okay, Daktari, I hear you, but that's not my plan. I'm going to labor at home for as long as possible. I have hired my own private midwife who is able to monitor the baby, who's able to do cervical checks, who has experience in VBACs. So I am not going to come to hospital early. I'm sorry. I'm going to labor at home and I'm going to come here to hospital for delivery. He's like, so you're planning a home birth? I'm like, I just said I am coming to hospital to deliver. He's like, okay, fine. But just know I'm not supportive of that plan. I'm like, that's okay.
Could this be why he didn't show up?
Yeah, it's possibly why.
Yeah.
I told him, that's okay. If you don't support me, it's okay. It's fine. But he's like, oh, but if you come to hospital, I will attend to you. I'm like, okay, good, fine. And I came out of that appointment feeling so deflated. I called my midwife. I was like, guy, can you just find another doctor who is supportive? What is all this? Like, we had an agreement with this guy from the word go. This was the plan. Mm-hmm. Why is there all these things? Why is he just raising red flags all the time?
Yeah, cold feet at this point.
So she told me, okay, you see, it's a bit too late now. Let's do this. We are all we all have the same goal. And for you, it's for you to have a safe delivery. Although people are doing it differently, we are going to support you in your VBAC. Me and you, we are in this together. Me, you and your husband, we're in this together. We're going to give you the birth that you desire. But if anything goes wrong, we have Daktari. So at the end of the day, we are all in one team, working for the same goal, but just doing it differently. And that made me so calm. And you see, that's also the purpose of also a midwife, to give you that emotional support
and reassurance.
Yeah. So I didn't fire the doctor, but anyway, I should have fired him because he didn't show up anyway.
I mean, he's fired in my books.
Yeah. And even, so the doctor who delivered me even told me in one of the appointments, for you, your VBAC was successful because you came at the very end. Otherwise, if you came early, you'd have told us to just go for a CS. This is a doctor telling me this.
Because you're there. Everyone was going to say that. Yeah.
He's like, you're successful because you came right at the very end. But otherwise, ingekuwa kesi ya theater. I'm like, oh my gosh. Guys, seriously? Seriously.
Anyway, this is so interesting. And Vashuka, you've shared some really, really good nuggets in this episode. And for me, like my 3 takeaways, one, the toilet is a contraction station.
Yeah.
And need to do
you can literally put a pillow on the cistern
and
just sleep there and do your contraction.
Wow. And then the wooden comb. Yeah, I thought that was like I wonder if I can just try that. Like next time you get injured, just try that first of all to see if that works. And then finally for me, it's to educate yourself. And I think in one of the previous episodes, we also talked about that. Yeah. Like you always, as a woman, not even just as a mom, but as a woman, you always have to educate yourself.
For sure.
About, I'm currently listening to this podcast and it's, is it 4 doctors? There's a sports medicine doctor, there's like a gynecologist, there are all these like specialties around women's health. And they say like, women are not small men. And unfortunately, there isn't enough like research done on women. So you as a woman have to educate yourself. So as a pregnant mom, you have to educate yourself about what's going on and how it's going on in your body. So and so finally, as we close this episode, Vashuka.
Oh wait, 1 minute.
Okay,
I remembered something.
Yes.
Also, another thing that I did is I read a lot. I read so much about birthing, just general birthing. Yes. So I read this book called Hypnobirthing. So it talks, it's not about hypnosis. It's nothing strange, but it's just about how to manage the pain of each, they call it surges in hypnobirthing world, for each surge. So it's where I got the idea of the comb. It's where I got the idea of the toilet. And then they also give the tip of you need to use a UFO acronym. So upright, forward, and open. That's how you should be laboring. Upright, forward, open. Yeah. Breathing. It was such a good book. I recommend women to just look for that book and read it. my Instagram is just full of bathing pages, women bathing, statistics, hacks. Like my algorithm is just about
You educate
bath.
yourself.
So I really educated myself to just know how to manage the pain and my VBAC success rates pretty much.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. No, that's really, really cool. So continue to educate yourself, read books, listen to podcasts like this one, watch videos and do as much educating as you can, and to give you the confidence to be able to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speak to women who've done it.
And speak to women who've done it. So, we are available. Washuka is here in case you have any questions. You can always reach out. And so finally, as we close, what's your unpopular opinion about motherhood?
My unpopular opinion this week is being a good mom sometimes means choosing yourself. Yeah.
Have you been choosing yourself?
Well, my baby is still young in my defense. But for me, choosing myself in this season is sleeping a bit more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I will sleep until noon unprovoked. And that's my unpopular opinion. And what's yours?
My unpopular opinion about motherhood and generally is I think there is an over-commercialization of women's health.
Absolutely.
Which you also touched on.
Yeah.
There's an over-commercialization of women. You need this,
whether
you
it's
need that.
beauty, whether
beauty,
it's health,
even education, fun, with the pinknization of toys and things like that. And then they tend to be more expensive than everything else. And I wonder if there's something that can be done about that. But then, again, maybe it goes back to educating.
It starts with us. It starts with the women.
Yeah.
If you can advocate for yourself,
exactly,
and just know it's okay to say no. I think we've grown up in a culture where we believe the doctor is always right.
Yes.
But they've not given room for the fact that birth is also very natural, and also you as a woman, you have instincts. Like you could be right. You could have a gut feeling about something.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
Or it's okay to say let's wait. Let's wait and see. It starts with us.
Exactly. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
Yes.
It starts with us, and that was the politics of motherhood. Till next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
It's the politics of motherhood.